Hey, what's up guys? Cast Blast here today, and I'm showing you a full guide on Queen Pop LaLoon. This is something that a lot of people have been asking me for a long time. Cass, can you do an entire full guide, show us a bunch of bases, how you read them, where you need to lay it, and how you get the job done. So we're going to try to blow through a bunch of bases today, guys. If you haven't followed me, go ahead and click that follow button. I also do these attacks live on Camcord a lot, so go ahead and check that out. But this is an attack I created for Town Hall 9, so any level player can attack a Town Hall 9. Whether you're new, you have level 30 heroes, it doesn't matter. I wanted to find something that any player can use. And the whole thought process behind this attack, if you're taking a look at a base, like this base for instance, it's got 4 air defenses and a queen somewhere in the middle, right? You want to trap the queen, zap out an air defense. If you have to pull the CC, this one's pretty easy. You can pull it. This clan was running witches, so it was another thing I wanted to test on this attack. If you can just ignore witches, and you can. So I had multiple successful queen pops. But you want to trap the queen and form a triangle kill zone. Choosing an air defense, you know, whether this is actually the one I zapped out, which leaves these 3. And if you can see, the queen's in the middle there, which leaves it a good kill zone. Things are going to be flying over her. Hounds are going to be popping. Pups are going to be flying out. And loons are going to be killing defenses around her. So she's going to get hit by the splash from the loons. She's going to get attacked by all the pups. And she's going to get, when hounds pop, there's a little bit of explosion power that happens. Little known fact. So you have a lot of things working for you here. And that's the whole thought process behind this. Is how can you take down a base without using a shattered or a stoned or putting a kill squad in the zone. Because a kill squad, you're going to have to deal with the CC. You're going to get rained down. And you're mixing ground troops with air troops. If you cannot mix ground troops with air troops, that's perfect. If there's like a hound, a golem, Valks, anything in the CC you don't have to pull, amazing for you. If you have to pull it, you take the CC to the side, and I use my queen on it, and we'll show you some examples of that as well. But for instance, on this attack, guys, real quick, you would zap out the air defense, and we'll go over as we're watching it, and I'll give you the play-by-play. But you see what I'm going to do is, this is my normal, let's pause it real quick. This is my normal layout for all my attacks, right? If you guys were with me the other day, I did, can I pop your base on Camcord with Echo? And we had everyone come in, bring their bases in, and I just popped them all just to get some exposure and show you guys it doesn't matter. I'll roll the same troops on every base. For pulling troops, I would bring 2 archers or 3 archers and 2 gobs for cleanup and drop 1 loon. That's the only difference I really ever make on this attack, guys. But pretty much you bring your 3 hounds of your own, a max hound in the CC, and loons. 2 zaps and an earthquake to take out an air defense, and then 2 rages and a haste, and that will leave you to cover the rest of the base, right guys? So this one, you always want to check where the air blowers are pointed and why I chose this. So air blowers are pointed like this. You want to, the least effect you can get from the air blowers is ideal. So zapping out this will let me start my loon and hound drop over here, which means I'm coming from behind that blower. This blower reaches just about right there, right? So I can work around most of this blower and have minimal effects. And that's the plan on this, and you'll see it go down right here. So I zap out that air defense. It's gone. I also use my quake to kind of loosen up that X-bow and loosen up that whiz tower. And now you'll see another thing I did. I bring in loons first, so that way they have some chances to fly. And then I bring in my hounds behind them. They're going to get eaten up real hard right here. Spoiler alert, there's Teslas there, so they're going to get a lot of DPS raining on them. The queen's going to step up and start shooting on them. So you have to get that backup for them in there quick, guys. You have to get those loons started quick. So I actually dropped 3 hounds, kind of an accident on that first little air defense there, but I knew the DPS was coming in, so I had to get it going quick. Now in comes my rage. I said it quickly because there is a lot of DPS. These tight-knit bases can be harder than most of the anti 3-star bases that are spread out because you have less of a chance to surgical lay on these. But you can still get the job done, as you'll see. Now, as that's going on, I know this air defense is going to start shooting things in the way. If this air defense was farther away, I would work the base slowly here before moving on. But I have to start covering this side of the base as well. So I come in with more loons, 4 loons, 3 loons, 3 loons, 2 loons, to start covering this side of the base as the first area is kind of going down. So you can see the first area is going down. And now I'm coming in. A lot of rages are happening. A lot of pups are blowing up. But because those pups are blowing up, or hounds are blowing up and pups are going out under rage, and all that loon splash, the queen, boom, shredded instantly. Now, there was items in the CC. There's witches. I think he had Valks and archers. I left it alone just to see if it even matters as far as witches and archers. And it didn't. My troops shredded those up no problem as well. So as my loons move on, I throw down the haste where I see need fit, and you can see the loons are flowing in. I save some backside loons right here. And since I didn't have to use my heroes, all I'm doing real quick is just tanking with them, trying to get some backside tank action. And I throw down my haste so the loons that are left over can get up to those Teslas and to that blower or the air defense, but they're working against the blower. So I set that haste in, and that haste is key to kind of get things moving in the direction you want them. So you see my loons take care of business. I got pups everywhere. My backside loons take care of business. The last whiz tower goes down. There's just 2 archer towers left, so that's not a problem. I got, I don't know, 40 loons there left. Maybe 10. So they take down the last mortar and the last archer tower, and that's game over on that base. Easy up, easy down. So that's a maxed out base. Expo's up. You're working against the blowers, but you got to find a way to do it, guys. And this is the good thing about it. So we'll real quick go through a couple other ones. You can see that was a 3-star. There you go. There's my troops. Easy peasy. All right, guys. So here we are again. This is a fairly common base type. This clan, once again, was running with witches in the CC, so I know probably not gonna have to pull it, and this was my first test run. You look at the blowers are facing here and here, so we don't want to work into the blowers at first if we can't. Here's the queen. She's not very much able to be sandwiched inside a tight air defense because these air defenses are on the outside, but that makes the air defenses quick access, and everything is spread out on the outer ring trying to prevent you from getting to that inner ring. So what do you do in a situation like this? Well, I'm gonna zap out this air defense, leaving you got to take in consideration where these whiz towers are. These whiz towers are up next to that one. That's good for me. This whiz tower's up next to that one. This one's up next to this one. So if I zap out that one, I don't really need it. No harm, no foul. I can fly a hound across the face of these first defenses, a hound over here, and get in my surgical lay. When defenses are spread out on an outer ring like this, this makes it nice for your surgical lay. Once this area of the base starting to get taken care of, then you can come in on the next area of the base, and I'm going to try using these two basically as my fly zone to get that queen sandwiched in there, and you'll see she gets shredded up. This goes so fast, so quick, it's over before you know it. So basically the same troop set. I come in, you zap out that air defense, right? And the CC is not much of a problem here. It does have troops that can shoot air, but it's a witch and some archers, so no worries. I'll let my pups take care of these guys. If it was something else like Wiz, you would just pull him, kill him with your queen. So here comes my hound. He flies across the face, no big deal, and I'm going slow. I'm not throwing down spells yet because I am able to surgical lay. That other air defense is pretty far away from stuff. Here comes my second set of hounds. Accidentally tap that one in a little early, but there's my first rage. Now everything's working over the queen. One hound just blew up, so now I set in my other rage. Expos are down, guys. This means go hard, and just be careful on your spells. You don't want to go so fast you overblow everything. But as these are working around, you can see I still save loons for the backside. That's key. You always want to be able to backside in whatever defense is around your third air defense. But there you go. She gets caught up in chasing hounds. My loons get smashing. There goes my rage. And I'm saving my haste because I still know I have minimum of 2 full hounds left, right? I wanted them to get some work in. Once I see the queen fall, I knew it was game over. I throw in my haste. Look at all those loons left, guys. I just put in my heroes simply for cleanup. I didn't need them at all. Normally, you would just use them to kill the CC. So if you don't use them to kill the CC, you can use them for cleanup. Loons finish in overwhelming force right there, guys. And that's it, man. You see all the pups around. You see the giant loons around. Both heroes are up. Game over. Game over. This attack just overwhelms Town Hall 9s. Both of these, yeah, mid-level queens, but I got plenty of max-level queens you guys can check out. But let's watch another one here, guys. So here we go, guys. Here's a base we're pretty much all familiar with. This is an offshoot of the Dragonflower. It's really called the Eclipse. I think this is Eclipse number 2. It's got the outset right there. I believe this was designed in the meta series. But what you got double Expos up, right? You got the queen here. The queen, this is how it's always set. And usually there's like double bombs here if you're rolling ground. But for air, he's got his blower facing over the queen and his blower facing over the queen. Now, I've filmed this video before. I've showed you guys what I do, and I've always gone from the bottom here, right? And blown over the queen, and I usually form her in this triangle. With those blowers set, that's going to dictate what you need to do. Now, also what's going to dictate this is I need to test his CC. This is an unproven attack, right? So I decided to zap out this air defense and send some loons in right there at that archer tower. Yeah, that's going to get me hit by that bow, but the CC's forward facing a lot, and if I try to pull this from the front, I'm going to hit these blowers. It's just going to cause me a bad time. And I still need to think about forming some sort of triangle around this queen. So if I can clear out this itty bitty zone there and pull the CC, I thought he had Wiz or something in CC. Turns out nothing pulled, which baffled me. So I just went in, and now you can lay your surgical lay. So come in with a hound this way, and you need to start clearing that corner. Now you can lay a hound in this way, keep coming around that corner. This is going to cause you to form a triangle like that right over the queen, working on the back side of these blowers. If you can work on the back side, awesome. And then you can start coming up and doing a surgical lay on the other side. So it makes sense. We'll check it out here. So you see, I come in and I just simply zap out that air defense. I'm going to throw my loons in. This is very popular base. These are kind of square base. This is level 21 queen. I think I accidentally laid one too many loons there. Not a problem. Nothing's pulling. And you can see I hesitate a little bit. And then, all right, well, nothing pulled. My loons were well in the radius. So let's just go ahead. I even wasted about 40 seconds there. I bring in a hound from very far, so I have time to switch to my loons and then surgical lay, right? And then I bring in 2 more hounds on the other side. And more loons, 3 loons, 3 loons, 3 loons. And then I throw in some deep rages. That's going to let my loons work, push forward towards those Expos. I set the second rage kind of close because that queen's going to be nailing things. Boom, just like that. The queen's gone, guys. She's gone. She was there. Now she's gone. I throw that haste on the front side because I was more worried about that Wiz tower and that blower air defense area, and I saw my loons already working into this next area Wiz tower, and then I simply throw my heroes in the back, but that's it, guys. Done. And as you can see, you pause there and pan around. It's over, guys. Look at how many pups, how many loons are still up, and both heroes, guys. Those were supposed to be to kill the CC. I didn't need them, so now they're cleaning. That's the whole point of this stat, guys. Look at all those troops. Beautifully done. You can see that, my troops there. But that's a very common base. I'm sure you guys have seen it all the time. The higher level queen maxed out everything else. And that's down the drain. So thanks. He came in, and this was during my challenge time. You can see we set up a little bit of a challenge clan there. And so people came in with bases they didn't think I could queen pop, and that was done. So thank you for letting me queen pop that. And we'll check out another one here real quick. All right, guys, here's a base. It's kind of common set, and these bases can actually kind of give you trouble. And I'll show you this, and then I'll show you the exact opposite on a spread out base. But these tight-knit bases can give you a lot of trouble. What you got here is air defenses all overlapping each other and air blowers covering that entire power core. So what air blowers do is they will cause a washing machine effect, as Echo likes to say, and they will bunch up your loons. So the key to this, guys, is being careful on your lays. Now, I wasn't perfectly careful, and I'll admit this base got me on the first try. This was during the challenge. Not many bases stumped me on the first attempt. But looking at this base, you know, I think I underestimated it, and those blowers caused havoc. He also piled up his CC with minions just to make it fun for me to try to pull and kill. So I ran the same exact troop set every single attack during this big, long 6-hour challenge. And we 3-starred everything, guys. We popped it all. So what you have to do, you still have to find a way to get the queen and go against the air blowers. I would rather actually almost run face first into air blower than trying to run sideways and it just push all your loons sideways down. Face first, you can kind of keep your spread going. So I'm going to zap out this air defense, and I'm going to push across this base and save some for the backside. Now, the key to the air blowers is minimizing their effects around the whiz towers. If you gotta run into an air blower, minimize their effects around the whiz towers, separate the whiz towers from everything else, because the air blower's hitting you and pushing you back once or twice with a whiz tower pushing you, that will shred your loons. So you have to work around it again, right? So I come in, I zap out that far air defense, and I gotta pull the CC on this no matter what. The CC's kind of in range. I know my loons are going to get eaten up, but you got to pull it, guys. You got to pull it. You got to find out why. Sometimes I'll use a hog if I can't get loons in. But there goes my loons. I pull it. I distract the minions with my king. I miss my king's ability. Whoops, but my queen takes care of the rest of them. All right, now I got to bring a hound across the face of whatever's exposed, guys. Key right there. If you guys leave this corner and just start over here, because that's where that air defense is, instead of starting over here, that corner, whiz tower, archer tower is going to be left. Your loons aren't going to get to it. So fly that hound in first, take care of that corner, and keep surgical lay around. You'll see 3 loons, 3 loons. Keep your lay going around once that corner's clear. If it's not clear, it's going to cause a headache. So I come in. There goes my hounds. Now here comes more hounds, and I rage. And you'll see, I didn't even pull out all the minions. Didn't notice that. You'll see what's going to happen here is the air blowers are going to start bunching up my loons together, and I didn't save a lot of loons for the backside. I saved enough to take care of that whiz tower archer cell, but look at what the air blower is doing. Almost all my loons are in one pack. Now you can imagine if I didn't take care of those whiz towers separately, and I didn't have loons there separately, now that blower pushed all my loons together, those whiz towers would eat my loons alive. Thankfully, there my pups did work. I still got my queen up. I got a lot of loons up. I'm hitting a few traps, which is causing some problems. But I had enough loons to take care of the last 2 defenses. And I almost screwed myself by not saving enough for the backside. I saved some for that whiz tower and archer up on the north, but I didn't save a lot for, there was a whiz tower right here. I needed to save there and save here. Backside, separate your loons. If you can't keep them separate through the base, make sure you separate them on the outside, and that's key. And I know a lot of people fail on these tight-knit bases, and they can be a headache with those blowers pushing your loons together. These are key facts, guys. You want to get this attack down, you have to read the base and see where your loons are going to fly, where they're going to separate, and where they're going to bunch up. You do not want them to bunch up around a whiz tower unless you have hounds tanking for them. So let's take a look at the final one. All right, guys, I'd like two more. Real quick, you kill a level 30 queen? Yes, level 30 queen maxed out base. You got to pull the CC on this. Blower's face down, so let's work behind that blower if we can. This other blower's facing over here protecting it, so you got to work it over. We're going to zap out that, and we're going to surgical around, and you're going to watch this level 30 queen get smoked. You guys might have seen this before in a previous video. Want to get this in here, guys. So you pull out the CC. By simply dropping a couple loons where you killed that air defense. You got to find a way to pull out the CC, right? All right, looks like some Wiz and some archers are pulling out, and the other ones might be loons, Valk, something that kills air, not a problem. But if you don't know what's in it, you got to test it. If you know it's a hound or something, game on, guys, game on. So you come in with your hounds separately, and make sure you got that surgical lay going. You bring in more loons and more hounds. You see that queen stepping up. I wanted to kind of sandwich her between the two ones, but these air defenses are tight-knit, so you got to make it work. The queen turns around, focuses on the next closest hound, and now she's going to follow the hounds with my kill squad quickly following her. And this is the great part of this attack. You can see I'm backsiding loons already. There's whiz towers on the back. You got to backside them. Now, as the loons fly over and smash out that blower, boom. This queen is in a kill zone no matter where she is, guys. Creating this kill zone around her, she will get popped. She'll pop from the hound. She'll pop from the loon. She'll get hit by splash damage. If you can trap her in this kill zone, gravy. If you can't, which we'll show you next, you gotta end on her. So the idea is trap her in that circle, get her killed. That's a level 13 queen. Boom, just like that, she's gone. If you can't do that, let's check out a spread base. And you guys have seen my max base metas go down. We'll check out a spread base and I'll show you what's going on. So lastly, guys, a bunch of my videos got erased with that update. So we're going over this. This is a very popular base. There's many bases like it with huge Tesla farms with Wiz towers, whatnot, and Queen's offset over here. I didn't know the Tesla farm, I think, was over here. Here's his air defenses. Nothing is by the Queen. That's a very high level Queen. And you got to get to her. Well, you got your blowers also facing this way, but you got to clear out the base. If you can't sandwich her, end on her, guys. End on the Queen. And this is a perfect example. You need to clear the base as quick as possible and try to get hounds that are alive and tons of loons over there so the hounds pop by other defenses or by her, and the loons go over and smash and kill her. And you got to do it quick. You got to get it down as quick as you can. So there's the Queen all by herself. There's no air defenses. Well, what are you gonna do? You know, if this account was rolling a hound, I believe, but you see there is access. The CC's up here, easy pullable. There's lots of meta bases like that where you can't really get to CC with a loon. Well, it's okay. Use a hog if you got to pull the CC. But if you don't have to, then why pull it, right? So there, I zap out an air defense that's right next to the blower so I can hit the double combo there. That will help me with a lot. And I bring in a hound from very far. Now I'm going to do a surgical lay. This is important. You need to get these defenses down quickly and at the same time. I'm using a rage right away so that way I can save some health on my hound. And then I bring in my next hounds all together because I need to tank everything, and I need to throw this down. He even had his skelly set to air. This guy was really trying to mess with Queen Pop, and I'm still surgical laying, right? I'm saving a bunch of loons for the backside, but then I'm noticing I haven't seen Teslas yet. What other surprises there for me? Throwing a couple more loons at that Tesla. Oh, there's a giant Tesla farm. That's why I haven't found them yet. But everything's collaborating in one area over there. That Tesla farm's going to get tanked. So now I throw in my backside loons just to distract everything. So my hounds that are still alive, yes, plural hounds, guys, and loons are still alive, are going to make it over, and that Queen is going to end. Everything's ending on the Queen. I cleared out the whole base. Now my squad's over there, and they're going to wreck house, right? There's the Queen shooting hounds. She does the dirty work and pops my last hounds. And there you go. The loons clean it up. My heroes clean whatever. Look how many loons I got left. And all them pups. The Queen got broke. I'm doing this, guys, with level 10 or 11 heroes. And these are some max popular meta bases. These are spread out. These are supposed to be anti-queen pop. These bases are going down. So I hope that introduces you to the variety that you can get out of queen pop. I'm going to make this into a full guide and get that out there for you guys. I know you guys have been asking, well, what about this style base? What about this style base? What about this style base? You got to either surgical lay around or push through the base. If the defenses are set in tight on a base, guys, you got to plow in there quick and get things down. Bum rush that base. If they're not set in there quick, then you can do something different, guys. Not a problem. You know, I showed you multiple situations you'll run in. If there's a drag in the CC, pull the CC, get it to the side. That's why I bring those archers and gobs, and just throw your queen out there, shoot it down. If it's a bunch of whiz, you're going to have to distract the whiz with some smaller troops or your king, and then use your queen to shut them down. You know, kind of like I did with those minis, mass minis. If it is, the only thing I didn't show you, a triangle base or a diamond base like this. And guys, I have hundreds of videos on queen pop, so you can find any base you're looking for. But diamond bases, the queen's always going to be kind of set in the middle of two air defenses. And I like just running those from top to bottom if I can. You know, zap out like an air defense there, pull from there, and create that triangle. Just run from either the bottom to the top or the top to the bottom, and you'll blast right over her. You know, you'll do a rage, and a haste, and queen will get shredded. I showed you guys the circle bases, the square bases, the spread bases, the meta bases, different CCs, high level, max level queens, mid level queens. This attack does it all, guys. And here's the secret: is I'm running this attack from this account right here, the lowest account. Well, that's not the account. It's the lowest account possible, guys. He has level 10 heroes, and he runs it all. He's way down here, guys. So it doesn't take a lot. Any new level player can get this in. This is the base I run it from, guys. He's just got heroes. He's only got the troops to queen pop, and I wanted to do this so that players can 3-star again, guys. This attack is where it's at. So if you have any questions, hit me up. If you guys want to check out this attack further, I am content creator on the COC forums. Go on there, check out the queen pop thread. You'll find everything you need to know. And hit me up. You guys can write me on here. I stream live on Camcord. Whatever you guys need to do to get a hold of me, I'll help you out. This attack is where it's at, and hope to see you guys soon.